Chilum, chilum. Aichka, 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 aichka,
Locally officials at all levels, the Local Islands Trust, the CRD, myself as provincial MLA, Elizabeth May, MP, elected officials at all levels within Saanich North and the islands have objected to this construction, have pleaded with the minister to halt construction and protect Grace Islet. We heard from the Deputy Minister today about continuing dialogue while the house is being constructed as we speak, and that isn't acceptable. What the minister needs to do is gather his loins, take his legislative authority, stop construction of the house, and let's get down to protecting Grace Islet.
This government wants to find solutions, and we're going to hold them to that. Woo! So it's important that we ask them that we can work together. If not, we're going to be out there again. That's what we put on the table. So we take this so serious. Our ancestors, not a game. You can't fool with spirituality. We ask them to open these ears, open their ears and their hearts why we're doing this. So I just want to thank all of you for coming here to show the government how you support First Nations and all our people too that are here. That means a lot to us and the future generations. I have 2 great-grandsons. I hope they're not coming here to talk about the same thing.
So thank you, Chief. My name's Tim Sheldon. I'm the Deputy Minister of Forest Lands and Natural Resource Operations. I'll try. He asked me and my staff to listen with our ears, I think he said, and our hearts. He asked me and my staff to listen with our ears, I think he said. He asked me and my staff to listen with our ears, I think he said. Listen with our ears, I think he said. I think he said. I think he said. As I said to the chief, I don't have a solution today. But what I did commit to doing is continuing a dialogue, continuing to understand. We've arranged a meeting with Minister Thompson tomorrow. Chief and myself and some others will be in Vancouver tomorrow, and we will continue with this dialogue.
Continuing dialogue while the house is being constructed as we speak, and that isn't acceptable. What the minister needs to do is gather his loins, take his legislative authority, stop construction of the house, and let's get down to protecting Grace Islet.
We will continue with this dialogue, and we are looking for solutions. This is a very challenging, emotionally charged issue, and we want to find that solution. So I appreciate you all coming.
Will you stop the building?
Mr. Sheldon, the law has been broken.
While talks
has
are
been
going
broken.
on.
It's an open and shut case. You
Same
simply need
game
to
as
apply the
Bear
law.
Mountain, blow it up and then talk about it.
We've been
Withdraw
through
the
this.
permit.
It's time to stop the construction
Stop the
now.
construction
There's no
while a
waiting around.
decision is being made.
One day, stop
Be
the
honorable.
We're in the
Another-
21st
how many more
century.
dump-
Have you
how many
learned
more trucks
anything
of
yet
concrete?
in history?
This is outrageous.
You seen the pictures of their practice?
The law's been broken.
How And we know why you guys do this. The Ministry of Department of Fisheries do not talk with the Department of Forestry. They don't confer properly. There's no transparency to us of what's going on. And you guys have different laws for how we manage those resources and fisheries alone. And those are intertwined since the beginning of time for those peoples, those salmon peoples,
Show respect.
to share that place where all elements meet, the shoreline and the rivers, the waters, all elements meet there.
Graves have already been
And that
desecrated.
is what, you guys don't talk about solutions between your two departments, and that's why we're in trouble. You guys will let corporations and construction happen before you worry about remedial. Why be remedial? Why can't we be, what's the word that starts with P?
It's so unnecessary. This whole thing is so unnecessary. All you needed to do was follow the law.
That's right.
It's games.
All you needed to do was to not give that permit.
It's games, because those toxins that come out of the lands, they don't get talked about with Department of Fisheries, and the problems with parasites, because biological, not ecological, don't get talked about in the forestry departments, and it's all about making money. I don't see any other way.
Back to the graves, please.
Thank you very much, but this is the kind of practice that allows places like Grace Island to be sold out without any consultation. Zero.
And it's our island. We live on Salt Spring Island. Some of us, decades we've lived there. We don't want to see what we see every day. There are barges, there is gravel going all over this beautiful little islet. We just want to see this beautiful little islet without somebody building a house there on a sacred burial site. We feel it's a sacred burial site. We watch it every day. Every day we watch. Please stop that
So the
construction.
question is, can the construction be stopped while these talks are going on? Pretty big question to you, Deputy Minister.
We are going to continue with the dialogue that the chief and I spoke about, and we are having a meeting with Minister Thompson tomorrow. And at this point, that's all
But
I'm
in the
prepared to
meantime,
say. I do hear, and thank you for your.
How fast would this discussion go if it was a proper royal cemetery? If I were to go to the Queen's Cemetery and build a house, how fast would everybody put me in jail?
That's right.
Yeah, totally.
Two different laws. Two different laws.
If I do something wrong, I get a red
Chief, what's that
work
crown
order
land to begin
immediately.
with?
Immediately. If Mr. Thompson's ancestors were buried there, there'd be no discussion. There'd be no
If I
permit
go and
issue.
pour concrete on my great-great-grandparents' grave in Ross Bay, I will be arrested.
Right?
Why is there two laws?
That's right. Two laws.
This is a demonstration
What powers do you have if you can't put a hold on things while these talks go on?
This is a
Show good
demonstration
faith.
of just how emotional and difficult this issue is. And the chief
It's
and I
not
have.
emotional. It's in the law. It's not emotional.
Thank you.
Protected native burial ground.
It's a legal issue.
You've done is against the law.
The chief and I have had
and
discussions,
simple.
as well as the other members that attended the meeting, and we're going to continue with this discussion tomorrow with Minister Thompson.
We need action on words.
Not action, not
Can you pay for a bus for us to go there to the meeting?
Oh, yeah, we're
Stop
elder
the
here.
meeting tomorrow will go a lot better if you stop the construction today.
Thank you, Chief.
Down to the legislature.
We're here trying to protect our ancestors on that little island. Our people call Shmumpuela a little burial ground. A very little piece of sacred ground that our ancestors are buried on. No one wants to listen. Why couldn't they go somewhere else and build it on another little rock?
that ain't as sacred as the rock we are trying to protect. People wonder, maybe, why are we protecting a rock? Because our elders, the people before us, can't fight for themselves no more. So we're here trying to protect them.
Ever since the Europeans came to this country, and no matter what government's been in power, all they have ever done for hundreds of years is lied. They stole, and they've been deceitful. This land right here where we're standing on was the Songhees territory. They kicked them out, moved them down along the coast there with no compensation. It's only a few years ago that they made a settlement. They made a small settlement, like a token and blankets, what they did to our people. My father and many of my people, they fought in the wars. A lot of them died and never came home to fight for the rights and freedoms of this land. And for 100 years, we're still fighting for our rights. Today, we're fighting for our rights. This government here is not for the people. This government across Canada, they're not for the people, Harper. They're corporate governments. They're bought and paid for. You tell Christie what the oil companies gave her that $55 million. Help the teachers out. They don't want the young kids to learn. There's not in history what they done to our people. It's only by word of mouth.
This is not a native issue. This is everybody's issue.
Whenever we talk, it falls on deaf ears. And these people back here behind us, they got their earplugs on now, so they don't hear what we're saying. You know, you're disgracing our people. You're saying that it doesn't matter, you can do whatever you want. You know, and one of our chiefs a while back said, you know, if I wanted to go build over here on your gravesite, I'd be in jail in 5 minutes. If you aren't careful on what you do to this island, things are going to start happening.
We're not putting up with their shit anymore. Thank you.